There could be more than 40,000 runners taking part in this Sunday's New York Marathon, the 40th running of what has become a classic event attracting athletes from around the world. A far cry from the first marathon in 1970, when just 127 people took part in a race that was run entirely within Central Park. After paying his $1 entry fee, firefighter Gary Merca won that first race on a hot September day. And this was after working a night shift that wrapped up at 9 in the morning.
I had run races before under the same conditions, but not a marathon and not, on a hot day and not a Central Park, 4 times a loop of Central Park.
Bill Newkirk was one of only 55 runners who finished the first New York Marathon. In those days, Newkirk said running was considered strange.
One particular event, I injured my knee at one point. And I thought I would go to a doctor and have him look at it. And I think I was 35 at the time. And when I told him what I was doing, he said, "You're 35 years old. A guy your age shouldn't be running anymore. Go home, sit down and watch television."
We were looked on as strange. Runners, running around in their shorts. We were looked at as strange.
Marathon co-founder Fred LeBeau didn't think running was strange at all. He was a man with ideas, and in 1976, LeBeau was able to take the marathon out of Central Park and onto the streets of New York for a race that covered all 5 boroughs. Bill Rogers won the first of his 4 straight New York marathons that year. Rogers remembers that bicentennial year race well, when there were more than 3 times as many runners as the year before.
I actually remember my first time I swung around New York City Marathon. It was 4 laps of Central Park, and it was very tough. It was like that was the old days of marathoning. But 76 became the new days, and the marathon was reborn, and all the great runners and all the runners, so many over so many years. I don't know, I'm sure somebody's got a tally of how many have done the New York City Marathon.
None of them has been as successful in New York as Greta Weitz. The Norwegian school teacher won the first of her record 9 New York marathons in 1978.
Running that race and see the race today, it's unbelievable how this race has grown, but also how professional it is run. It's unbelievable how smoothly everything goes with 40,000 plus people.
2-time women's defending champion Paula Radcliffe could take home $200,000 if she wins again. That's an extra $70,000 for a repeat winner on top of the $130,000 first prize. More than 13,000 women started last year's marathon. Only one took part, but didn't finish in the first race in 1970, when a New York City firefighter won a marathon that years later became one of the most well-known races in the world. Steve Karmazin, The Associated Press.